with the Jewish people. And because of the mere fact that we share something very much in common, and that is Jesus was a Jew. Jesus came from the Holy Land, and it's sacred. So I pray for peace. I pray for the peace of Jerusalem. We're supposed to do that as believers. And all of us, even if you're not a believer, should pray so there's no more bloodshed. Because these poor people, what they have to go through at any given time is attack after attack after attack after attack. How many more? And all these folks want to do is just live in peace. Just live in peace. And you can't blame them for wanting it. And I got to give a lot of credit to Benjamin Netanyahu. I got a chance to meet him, actually, in D.C. many years ago. But here's a man who really cares about his country. And the passionate appeal to the United Nations in 2016, where Obama didn't show up. He went to Congress, talked to them. Obama ignored it. All his people ignored it, turned their back on him. Well, Trump ain't turning his back on him. You have to be bold. You have to be courageous. And a lot of people may say that Donald Trump is being stupid. I doubt it. I think that to bring these people to the table, things just need to be called for what they are and take control. And one thing that I'll give the Jews is that they have held their ground. And it's about time for Jerusalem. Like I said, the good book says that Jerusalem is his footstool. So if it's good enough for God, then we need to preserve it, protect it at any cost. And it's got to protect Jerusalem's future. And I pray for the peace of Palestinians. I'm not saying, let's be hateful against Palestinians, because there's definitely a lot of Palestinians that live in this country. I don't want to have any Palestinians be angry at me. But seriously, the sad reality is that because of Hamas, because of the state-funded terrorism from Iran that sponsors such terrorism, and many people are all for it over there, that it's okay to do this. And it just seems like these people never, ever give up. And it's like, can't you just live in peace? We can. You have a mosque, you go over there, it's built, you can worship. If you rever the land, that's great. But it's been in the Jewish authority for thousands and thousands of years, way before it was theirs. It's just biblical history. It's governmental history. But it's widely contested. Everybody wants to go their own way. But if this can be resolved in some tangible way, some real way, and it would just be a miracle. And I wouldn't put it past on Trump's watch and Benjamin Netanyahu, with God being there and guiding this, something beautiful could happen. Something beautiful could happen. I hope it does. So what I'm saying is that all of us should just hope and pray that something big happens. I'll tell you what big did happen for John McCain. Reached a big feat, a big milestone on Twitter. And if you count your blessings from Twitter, he's up to 3 million followers despite the resistance. But not before thousands of social media users staged an online protest. He says, we're only 74 Twitter followers away from 3 million. Spread the word and help us reach this big milestone. 74 million, 74 followers to 3 million. So he nearly lost, 20,000 followers the following day. And then critics, many marking their message with, this was hashtag unfollow McCain. And why they did, they were responding to McCain's recent vote on the Republican Party's tax bill, which they said would hurt the poor, help the rich, according to the Daily News. So anyways, protesters asserted that by voting to approve the bill, McCain had flip-flopped from his original position the San Francisco Chronicle reported. The bill, which the Senate approved around 2 a.m. Eastern Time Saturday, underwent major revisions in the final hours of negotiations. McCain, well, folks, he's a maverick. Don't forget it. A recently tally showed him to have nearly 1,300 more than 3 million followers, leading some Twitter users to speculate that bots were involved. People that study Twitter and numbers as they were rising, that somebody pre-programmed it to have this happen for him. Look, John McCain, he's flip-flopped on so many different issues. We needed to have a victory, and I believe that they have spent enough back and forth on this tax reform that finally there's a little something in it for everyone, for the House and Senate. They're working out some final details, but I believe ultimately this is going to come out that's going to help the middle class. It's going to help this country being able to do what we need to do to be able to stimulate and put more money ultimately in our pockets. And folks, that's what we need. More money to generate it, more money to do things, and give back more money that we deserve, that we've earned anyway. So it's a good thing. And for the Dems, they crack me up every single time. It's going to give more money to the rich. Who do you think actually bankrolls, you idiot, your campaign if it wasn't for the rich? It's the Dems that always benefit from the rich. They're always asking for money from the rich. Let the rich get richer. Personally, they're going to pay taxes. Trump's going to pay his taxes. Kushner's going to pay his taxes. Ivanka's going to pay his. Everybody's going to pay their taxes. They're so worried about what people are going to pay. Just worry about your own self. See, when it's politically expedient, then you can get all political about it. It's okay. Let's just politic. And it sounds good because it's a talking point. And then for people that don't, get involved with politics so much, it goes up their craw. It gets them all upset, gets them all riled up. See, Donald Trump's going to even make more money. I heard somebody from the left say the other day, more money. And see, all the rich are going to get richer. We're going to get poorer, no matter even if we get $1,000, $1,500 more back from our taxes. It's still, they're going to make out even as bandits. Haters. But they'd have no problem if Donald Trump actually personally wrote them a check to pay off their mortgage or their car or something like this. You think they're going to refuse the dollars because it came from Donald Trump? Oh, no, I don't want that. Or no, better yet, we're actually going to donate it to the Red Cross. We're not going to accept it, but we'll give it to the charity such as the Red Cross or Samaritan's Purse. Not a chance. They'd be pocketing that money and running fast with no apology. Folks, that's real. Keith Allen for the People, and forthepeopleshow.com is where you can find us online. We'll be back live across America right after this.
We'll help you survive this thing called life. We're for the people, for the people, for the people is there.
It's unlike anything you've ever been through in your life, man. I was driving. This kid threw a grenade at us and went right over our vehicle. It was 12 years old.
The shockwave went through my head, rattled up my brain, and left.
Danger is around you 360 degrees at all times, and you can't unlearn that.
It's impossible to describe the sacrifices these men and women have made to protect our freedoms. And the job of rebuilding their lives is massive and growing every day. Many will need the programs offered by the Wounded Warrior Project for years to come.
I didn't know what PTSD was. All I knew was I was having nightmares. And when I got released, my reintegration was go check in at the VA, man.
My first coping mechanism was use drugs. Just numb it. Don't feel anything.
I was angry. I'm trying to pull myself out of that right now.
Your gift today of $19 per month will honor and empower these veterans so they can aid and assist each other.
The Wounded Warrior Project is a life raft.
I can say this without question that I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for it.
Women Wear Project is the first step, getting back out into the world and reforming yourself outside of the service.
Call or go online with a pledge of $19 a month. You'll receive this Wounded Warrior Project blanket, and your gift will provide critically needed programs that rebuild lives.
That was my first feeling of actually being a part of something bigger than myself again.
Well, I lost a few really close friends overseas, and if I quit, I'm going to let them down, and I'm not about to do that.
I'm learning to face my fears head on.
To trust and see what happens at the end.
It's a long process, but I had the drive and desire.
Please, call or go online with your gift right now.
For the people is there.
Your American Heritage. Gettysburg, Antietam, Malvern Hill, Fredericksburg, and Chancellorsville. Names written in blue and gray and blood red on America's landscape. Vicksburg, Shiloh, Bull Run, Fort Sumter. Names forever branded into the American psyche. Bluebellies and Johnny Reb, and finally, Appomattox. In these precious seconds, we cannot fully document the War of the Rebellion, the so-called Civil War. But we can recall the words of the great healer, Abraham Lincoln, who said that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom. And it did. This has been Don Keyes with a Gunsmoke-obscured look at a painful part of your American heritage.
Your American Heritage is brought to you daily by this radio station and For the People. Log on to For the People's website now at forthepeopleshow.com.
Introducing the official For the People coffee mug featuring the colorful red, white, and blue For the People logo with Keith Allen on a ceramic 11-ounce coffee mug, perfect for any hot beverage of your choice. This mug is a great reminder of what we stand for: God, country, and family, with conservative values and good old-fashioned common sense. To order your For the People coffee mug, pay just $20 plus $3.99 shipping and handling at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. And enjoy.
It's 6 a.m. 40 million Americans are waking up to a Gillette shave. And at our factory in Boston, 1,200 workers are starting their day building on over 100 years of heritage, craftsmanship, and innovation. Today, we're bringing you America's #1 shave at lower prices every day, putting money back in the pockets of millions of Americans. As one of those workers, I'm proud to bring you Gillette quality for less, because nobody can beat the men and women of Gillette. Gillette, the best a man can get.
For the People is on the air for you. Each day we strive to tell it to you straight, not watered down, so you can know what's going on each day. Our show is different from many of the others on air. We're not afraid of the PC police, and we explain our position, at the same time understanding the left's position and what we can do to further a conservative agenda for America. For the People is listener-supported and relies on listeners like you to help us get the word out. So, if you like what we do and want to help For the People, sign up today at our website at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Your support allows us to report the news fearlessly and guarantees our survival on the air. As a thank you, we'll send you our monthly newsletter with commentary and money-saving tips. Can we count on your support? Thank you for helping America. To become a For the People member, log on to forthepeopleshow.com. Now, and For the People continues on your radio. Keith Allen. 10 senators now asking Al Franken to step down. 10 Dem senators. We'll see if he actually has the decency to step down or the arrogance to remain in his position. But increasing pressure on the embattled Senator Al Franken now, where he's got women after woman. I mean, he got 14? Over 14 women. Unreal. Yeah, they want him to resign, want him to get out of there. Hopefully he'll do the right thing. But a message to say, look, it's happening on the right, it's happening on the left, happening everywhere. Weinstein, back in the news. And a very interesting news story for him. Some of the women who apparently worked for Harvey Weinstein as an assistant during the height of his career have shared their dirty details of their former jobs, saying that their task, you're not going to believe this, included